Welcome back. I am Rajadare Madeline Kennedy, and I'm here with my dear friend,
Lisa DeLong.
Long.
Yes, that's right.
And we had some things we wanted to share with you today for it being 12/12. Lisa's getting some awesome information about the gateways and the portals. And so we thought we would just come on here and see what comes through. I hope you're okay with that, because we never know, but we're going to do it. So yay, welcome, Lisa. I'm so glad you're back again.
Yes, I'm really happy to be back in, connected again with recording this and sending the information out to everybody. Just a few weeks ago, got the information from my guides that the 12/12 portal is going to be very, very important for people, and just offering up a little bit of understanding of what we've been going through and how we've been to this point in time for 12/12/21.
Perfect. Can you explain just a little bit more about what you mean about 12/12 portal for those that are going to be watching and don't understand it?
A lot of times when you see the numbers are the same in the month, we're looking at that being an activation point for us. And what we're looking for is, what is it going to mean to us each individually? So when the numbers are the same, 12/12, 11/11, they have a higher energy frequency, and they're purposefully trying to get us to transmute, transcend, and to regenerate what we came here to do. So a lot of us have been stuck in just the 3D-ism. We're dealing with the losses of loved ones, the losses of jobs, the losses of the way we knew things were. But those losses have been flipped over and changed into, what do I really want to do? I've lost my job, but I didn't like that job. So now I'm creating my job. I've lost my loved ones, but I know that their transition was part of this time period in my life, and that they're going to help me from the other realms now, whereas they might not have been able to help me in this 3D world that we're in. So as we move more into our 5-dimensional crystalline bodies, we have experienced a lot of change this year. A lot of change. So some people have been very blessed, and their change has been what they wanted to create. And others are still processing and moving through letting go what they do not longer want, what no longer serves them. And this has created the opposite, so
this
now
it's interesting, really, really interesting. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I had a couple of impressions come through when you were talking about loss. We also have had a loss of our own self-image. So it's time to build the self-image that you want yourself to be. And it's about, don't be afraid of that, because this is your opportunity to do that. And it's all within your thinking and your emotion, and then the action you put with it. And when you're talking about 12/12/12, I see 12/12/21, which is a reverse of 12. So it's still totally in line with everything for 12/12, which I think is amazing. So yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. So sorry. So again, I like this about our 5D crystalline bodies. Of course, it's perfect.
Exactly. So the old just doesn't fit anymore. And so we have to go ahead and let it move away from us, letting relationships go, jobs go, what we thought our world was, and moving into creating what we're really desiring.
And we can create that with our thought.
Yes.
With our thought, with our visualize what you want it to be. Hold that visual image for at least 68 seconds, which I have this beautiful manifest time timer, which automatically will give you 68 seconds when you want to visualize and hold a strong impression. Stick with it, and you will be creating your tomorrow today before you know it.
Right. Yeah. So So, and as we recognize that we're transforming into our most beautiful self that we can be, we just have to be aware that there's a lot of energies, whether they're human or animal created or earth created, elemental created, that is moving us out of this stagnant energy and helping us let go. So we just have to go into a place of gratitude and bless all that is leaving us. Bless it so that it can go on to become what it's supposed to, and allowing us the freedom of not having to carry that energy with us any longer, and actually absorb new energy or manifest our own new love energy. So one thing that I've come across is I don't fear dark energies. And the reason I don't fear it is because I understand, and I've watched this time over and time over, is that everything is looking for love energy. And when you allow the negative, the dark, the opposite of what you do not care for to be loved, it will transmute and it will disconnect from you. But if you're going to stay in our human word of hate, that anchors it right in because you're not feeding it what it needs.
Hate or fear, both of them.
Right. So we have to allow our love energy to feed what we do not care for anymore. And that will help it disconnect from us and transmute into another realm so that we do not have to be burdened by it any longer. So lovely, yes.
It is. It's super, super lovely.
It is. You know, I deal with a lot of people who call me up and they see the dark energies and they don't understand that they're going to keep on seeing it until they love it, until they offer it love. Because you're just a bright and shiny light and you've got love energy around you. It wants to be fed. It wants to be nurtured. Well, all you need to do is help it understand that it can nurture itself. It can find what it needs to replenish its love energy and send it on its way. So, and that's just being loving, blessing it, holding gratitude for what it is that you learned from it, or what it taught, or what you taught in those experiences or with those interactions.
Perfect. And it's also, it helps if you let yourself go into a meditative state and connect in with your higher consciousness to help you release all of that. Once you get in that beautiful theta realm of a meditative state, nothing will bother you. Nothing upsets you. You are all part of the one. You're connected. And you know it's only divine love that is here for us to help us, to teach us, and to show us ways to create more love. So what you're saying is perfect. And it's also about a new perspective. So I wanted to share with you, I had talked to you about this earlier, Lisa, but this is one of the cards from my Oracle card deck that I'm creating. And this one, if you can see it well, it looks like little elementals that are diving in water. This one's called Submerged. Submerged. And up here it says Submerged here. And what it talks about here is a new perspective. A new perspective. And this deck that I'm creating works also with the beloved Egyptian essences that I have. So the essence that wanted to be shared with this particular card to talk about feeling like you're submerged, it's forcing you to create a new perspective, is the water dragon essence, which is such a beautiful, powerful essence. It's not so difficult and so bad to be submerged. At times you want to be submerged so you can be completely rinsed and cleaned and re-emerge new, and the water dragon essence will help you Um, be thankful and grateful, especially in your meditation, that you're going through a submerged journey, in exploration journey.
Right.
So I wanted to share that with you. I don't know if
That
you
is a beautiful part.
Yeah.
Beautiful part.
Tell
And
me what you think
I
about
love the water dragon essence. Again, it calms down the fires that you might have going on inside your heart or in your head. It is very complementary to all the other elementals in the dragon realm,
it.
so that you do get yourself more centered and you can, again, be submerged in what you want to be submerged in. A lot of us feel like we're submerged or being held underwater because we cannot do what we want to do. But going in there and calming yourself down and understanding that calms down the noise that's in your head, and it reconnects you with the water element so that you can, again, rebirth that love energy that you have.
And water is perfect. It's perfect because it's about emotions, and you don't have to fight against being submerged. You just go with the flow of the water. You tap into your emotional frequency, and at the same time tap into your visualization of what you want to see next in your life, in your world, for you. It's a perfect time to go into building what you want your self-image to be like, building yourself up, knowing that you are a spark of the divine. You are a divine being in a human form. It's not the opposite. So a lot of time when you go in this submerged ideal and into meditation with it, you are reminded of what a beautiful, powerful, divine being you are, and how important it is to be part of and to share the love for yourself. Mostly work on yourself first, because once you work on yourself, then you'll have that new perspective of everything around you. What else, Lisa?
Yeah. So, and then again, we've been helping the earth and all of its inhabitants with the 528 hertz going through the water. It's been very important for years now. And again, there are new frequencies that are evolving into helping us move forward. So feel free to investigate the other frequencies and see what else will work for you. But again,
it's important, like you're saying, with the 528 hertz and the water, because our bodies, our human forms that our divine is temporarily sitting in, is made up of mostly water.
Right. Exactly.
So that frequency would totally resonate with you, moving from 3D to 5D and beyond, actually.
Yeah. And just to recap, Madeline and I did a little series about the 528 hertz, of playing that music in your environment, playing that music next to a glass pitcher of water and consuming that water. And again, helping your animals with that same water, because the 528 hertz has been absorbed into that frequency. Water has a very low frequency, which it can be very useful because it can absorb the other frequency bands and actually deliver it. That's why the beautiful beings that are helping me with this and that I'm helping them with, we've decided to use the water because everything needs the water. So,
and the water connects to everything.
For love. That's right. And if everything is looking for love, then we combine the two and the transmutation begins. So, and that'll help your body move into a crystalline state a lot easier.
So I have a question. because some of us that have been on this understanding of different metaphysical teachings and learnings and paths that have been out there are familiar with shungite, and they put shungite in their water. What do you think would happen for those of us that are putting shungite in our water and then sending that 528 hertz frequency to the water that's carrying the shungite?
Again, total amplification. And it will also alleviate any individual's fear of not having enough love for themselves and their own transmutation, their own growth.
And that's what I see as a big problem. Most people,
they're not sharing. We're not sharing the love
because they don't love themselves. If you can't love yourself, find a way to love yourself, and that's a practice that may take days and days of repetition of knowing that you are part of the divine and that you are lovable and you are to share the love. There's so much that you can do in recognizing how powerful it is to love yourself. You change your frequency. By changing your frequency, you change what you're able to manifest in your life. So if you're lacking in different ways of abundance, health, wealth, excitement, all kind of things that you could be lacking in your now reality, it all stems from your own self ideal of lack of love, lack of love. Love is the key to everything. So once you figure out a way and work with a way to start understanding that it's okay to love yourself. You are supposed to love yourself because why? Why would that be? Because you are a reflection of the divine and you love the divine. So you make sure that you love the form that the divine has chosen to come into you as. Once you start realizing and recognizing through your eyes, look into the mirror and love that divine within you, it makes it so much easier for you to start loving your human form that you up until then have gone, no, I really can't do that because I've done this and I feel like this. And the divine is whole and perfect within you. So start recognizing it's okay to love that divine spark in you and then watch that grow. Watch that grow. It will be so spectacular for you. You will change the whole world, starting with you. The change starts within you. And then all of a sudden, what you've reflected out from loving the divine in you is starting to show up in your reality. It's really magic how that happens.
It really is. So,
okay. Good.
And that's what I've appreciated about the path that I've been on, is how much it recognizes that we have to love from within. And that's where our Mother, Father, God is, whatever it is for you. They're in every cell of our body. We don't have to go searching for it anywhere else. We just have to recognize that we are the source, and we're so connected with all of the universe due to that. We're not a separate entity. And it's hard to feel like that because we're turning our own wheels and we're doing our own job and our own thing, but we are still all part of all that is.
Well, in a way, we have been brainwashed for thousands and thousands of years for a duality, them and me, or them and us. But now your new chance now with this 12-12 and all of this that's happening, and you're going through this submerge, is when you really start to recognize, well, love my brother, act with my brother as I want to be acted upon. It's because when you treat your brother or your neighbor in a very kind and loving way and know that that person when you're spending time with that person is the most important person in the world. Pay attention to everything that person is saying. Be there for that person full on, because that's what you want returned to you when you say something or when you have something important you want to share. And when you give them your full attention and send them your love, this is what you'll have exactly returning to you, which will happen. It will just magnify throughout all of the connected web that we are part of. What do you think about that, Lisa?
Yes, that really, again, helps people understand that this is deep and this is superficial. And if you feel superficial, you are still going to be deeply holding this energy. So sometimes we have to
repeat that. If you feel superficial, what?
That you are still holding deep love energy. Even though, that's right. You don't feel that you might be on the surface instead of it's submerged, but you still are. You just are aware of the surface. And
when you don't let yourself block that, when you don't let your little ego come in to stop it, or you let your old paradigm run in your conscious mind so your subconscious can't actually get a hold of you are true divine love. If you don't find a ways to not stop it, so once you don't stop that, once you don't let the little ego take over or that paradigm take over, and you just go, it's safe to be me, even if it's in your own bathroom mirror. It's safe to be you. Let you show up to be you. You don't have to be macho. You don't have to be embarrassed. You're in the privacy of your own mirror and your own bathroom, but look into your eyes, find that divine, start there. And I can guarantee you do that for 30 days. You're not going to be willing to shut yourself down anymore. Extend it to 60 and 90 days. Oh my gosh, you're going to have you live a different reality.
Yeah, you have.
What was that, Lisa?
I said, if you can get past the 30, when you get past the 30 days, you have changed your reality. Yeah. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So when it's simple, when I'm working with people and we're doing frequency healings, I make them cross their arms and I say, I love myself. I love myself. And recognizing that you can love yourself, it transforms, it transmutes pain, it transmutes healing. So loving yourself, knowing that you can love who you actually are and that you are loved, by God, by others, by the universe, and that the love frequency is shared and is in abundance, then you will make the change. You will feel so much better.
Just imagine now when you start doing that, then you get that aha moment that, oh, gee, I thought I was alone, but you are so not alone. So not alone. There is so much beautiful beings and energies out there, plasma and all types, that are willing and ready to embrace you in their love, in this submerged of this beautiful flow of divine love through this water of emotion. So that's lovely, Lisa. Now tell us about these gateways.
Again, a lot of times, you'll see them pictured in your card decks as a path that leads up, that goes in between two pillars. And again, that's where there's a portal, the portal that you have been striving to get to, working to get to, so that you can make that ascension leap, change your frequency. Instead of being duh, you are now duh, you see, because you've managed to get through the portal. So when those portals show up, the 12-12 date, the 12-12 time on the clock, you see, the 3 3s, the 4 4s, or the 3 4s, whatever you see, they start showing up because They're there to help you make those ascension transitions. And everything doesn't have to be so concentrated and in-depthly thought about. You just have to put your attention on it. That's it. So this isn't deep thinking, people. This is put your attention on it, honor it, love it, and let it work for you, the magic for you. So
you're talking about, you're answering the question for so many people that keep saying, oh, I see 1111 all the time. I see 222 all the time. I see 333 all the time. I wake all the time up all the time at 222 or 333 are numbers repetitive show up to me all the time. What is that about?
right.
That's what that's about.
Right. So pick up your phone and Google, what does 3 mean? Okay. When you look at the numbers, they all have of their own purpose on where we're going, you see.
Mhm.
So when we get past and we're into double digits, that's where we've gone through the single digit energies, and now we're amplifying those. The 2 2s, the 3 3s. So you're going to amplify that. You can go back and read about the 2s. What is 2 about? What is 3 about? And then know that it's amplified and look at what 3 3 is now. Okay. Like 5. 5 is change. Okay. 5, the number 5 is change. So you see a lot of 5s, that means you got change coming up in your life. Okay, so I'm going to embrace change, or I'm going to run away from change. I'm going to have fear about change, or I'm going to be excited about change. So look at what those values are to you, you see, and then you'll find out, oh, that's why I keep seeing these numbers. They actually mean something in my spiritual growth, and they're helping.
And change is important because energy is constantly moving.
That's right.
And we are made up of energy. Everything is made up of energy. This is energy. This is just a different frequency. It's all energy. Everything is energy. My jewelry's energy. Your clothes are energy. It's all a different frequency of energy. And when change starts showing up, if change is showing up for you a lot, don't be afraid of it. Start to welcome it, because that means you're growing. If you're not changing and having change show up for you all the time, then you're basically stagnant and you're dying.
Right.
You have to have change in order to continue to hold this form that the divine has chosen to show up in you with. Right. So change is a good thing. A lot of people going, oh, I don't like change. Well, it doesn't have to be drastic slap in your face change, even though some is. If you've kept ignoring all the change signs previously, it's going to finally do something to slap you in the head.
That's right. You know, a lot of people are dealing with panic attacks. And I said, I've never had a panic attack before. Yet again, there's your whole body, your whole spiritual self resonating to, we have got to change. So I'm going to make you panic about what you're losing and visualize what you're gaining.
And that again is your old paradigm taking over, saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. And what comes through your conscious mind that goes into your subconscious mind, where you have a paradigm set up, moves into the body. It creates the results that the body is then reflecting. So it's like, teach yourself to not be afraid of change. Teach yourself to be open to receiving these different frequencies that are now here available to us. Know that it's safe as long as you go into that harmonics of love and that complementary frequency and vibration of you and love and others. The change will be easier for you.
Right. It sure will be. So. But sometimes our spiritual self just has to shake us up because we're not progressing on the timeline that our spiritual self designed for us.
And it can shake us up by totally shutting you down, putting you sick in bed for weeks. And you're like, I didn't create this. Well, yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Even though you don't necessarily know how, but everything that shows up in your outside world is a reflection of what you're thinking has created for you, because it then came through the body and it manifested out in results.
Right.
I hope that's making sense to everybody.
Yeah, I do too. Yes. Mhm. So,
Okay.
I'm intrigued about another card that you might have for us, Madeline.
From my deck, my
Yes.
new deck.
Mm-hmm.
You have one in mind that I mentioned to you earlier, or
Yes. Mm-hmm.
tell me.
So show me both of them. Yes,
I have 3 others here that are ready to be shown, because like I said, I'm still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
This one is about changes.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yes, there you go.
Look at all the disturbance, but then look at all the easy,
Mm-hmm.
blissful places you can sit in and be in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about changes. And this one is grace. Accept those changes with grace. And the
Mhm. There
essence
you go.
that goes with this one is a Queen of Egypt, because I'm working with the Egyptian essences, and Queen of Egypt is a very powerful, beautiful essence. So the changes is another one, and this, look what number it is. Number 11.
7. Mm-hmm. Right. So
Isn't
this
that
really, this card really fits in well with what we've just been discussing. Disgusting.
disgusting? Yeah, well, changes can be disgusting. Don't let
Yes,
them
I
be.
don't- yes, that's disgusting. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for
That's
sharing
the one
that
you're
part.
thinking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So very nice.
Curious that it's number 11, isn't it?
It is. Yes. And then here we are transitioning with the 12-12, so.
And then I have this one more. Actually, you were talking about number 5 before. This one's number 14, and 1 and 4 is 5.
5.
But this one is called bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Bliss. And it's about cosmic love, which is another thing that we're talking about this through this whole discussion already this morning. And this one, what essence is with it? The high heart essence.
Yes, there you go. Mm-hmm.
It works with cosmic love, which is when you let yourself be submerged in the beautiful emotions of the water and connect in. Don't be afraid of the changes.
Mm-hmm.
Know about your perception is changing. Accept the changes with grace.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just move into that bliss of that cosmic love.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that was going to work out like that. How fantastic is that?
Very fantastic. Yes. So that's a good card reading for today.
Welcome to your card reading.
I know. So,
exactly.
so, but as we move forward, through today, those of you that are at the threshold of your portal between the 12-12, don't be afraid. Just don't dip your toe in the water. Okay. Go ahead and get in there and see what it's all about, because you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to have the fear. You're going to have the love and the grace and the gratitude that you need to move forward on your spiritual ascension path.
And you can't go back either. You can't go back.
And no, but you can just kind of sit there on the edge and wait till you have to take that leap, or you can just step into what your spiritual self is creating for you.
Well, and I was going to say, when you look back, you're only reliving that memory, and you're ready for a new reality. So there's some good memories that you can bring forward into your new reality, but the good memories would only be better. So it's not looking back. It's always looking forward. But that's about change.
Right.
So Lisa, can I ask you a question?
Why, sure.
And for some reason, this stone.
That's called K2. And that comes from the K2 mountain in Asia.
It's got little blue. It's got blue in it, but it's like.
Yes, that's azurite.
So
Azurite
does
in a
this
granite
work with
base
what we're
stone.
talking about today at all?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell
Yes.
us
I have my K2 on also in my ring.
in a ring. That's gorgeous.
Right. I have a
That's a
pendant,
gorgeous piece.
as well as just the stones like you have there, which is really nice. Again, K2 is going to help you really understand that you already are who you are supposed to be. You just have to shed the perceptions of what this life has brought to you. I call it domestication. We're all domesticated as baby children to be part of the human culture. And as we shed that domestication, we find out that our true authentic self has always been with us. We've just buried it and gone along with the flow, because that's what our sole purpose was, to live this life, to have the experiences that we have had, but now we're ready for the next level, and we're not going to be thwarted. We're going to go forward with this. We're moving ahead. So don't be afraid of that change, and understand that that love frequency is in you. It has always been in you. And now you just have to start utilizing it for your own self, growing it and sending it out. One thing, again, with the darker energies, they don't know how to manifest the love for themselves, but they watch you do it. That's why they're attracted. So again, manifest that love, show them how it's done, just by doing it, just by showing it. Don't get involved with that fear with the other lower frequency energies. And you will provide the education that these energies need, these other souls need, these other spiritual growth paths of the people that you are working with and spending time with. They will develop and they will grow. And they'll look at you like you're a strange person, but just love yourself, because they're going to be a strange person in the future, and you'll be welcoming them into that new energy, that new transformation, because we're afraid. We've been built to be afraid. We've been taught to be afraid. And now a lot of us, and the way this cycle of energy and our evolution is happening, it's all purposeful. We're all going to get there. So,
and I want to share one thing. So when you start your 30 days of mirror work, looking into your eyes, saying to yourself how much you love yourself, and think of things to help you feel that feeling of love. Like you can think of a newborn baby that should make you smile. Or you can think of your puppies or your kitties or your animals, and how those little ones are there for you to make you love unconditional. If you have trouble finding what love would feel like, find something like that. Or you can think of your like being outdoor in the sunshine and how that makes you feel. Come up with an image that you actually will let yourself love. It could be your spouse, it could be anything, but let yourself go there, and that will kickstart you into expanding that love energy from deep within up through your eyes, where you can mention and say safely to yourself that I love you. It's okay for me to love you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, my beautiful spark of the divine, for putting yourself inside this body. Help me learn to love more. Help me learn to love more. Show me more what love is. Thank you. I am so happy and thankful now that I can look in this mirror today, day one, through the eyes that you're reflecting of love to me and say, I love you. Take it in baby steps. Do what you can do. Find what you need to find to start reflecting and strengthening and magnetizing that love that built you, that built you. You aren't here by accident. You're here to work with the love energy. Work with the frequency 528, the water frequency, all of those beautiful higher level frequencies, and start raising your own frequency to match it. And then you're going to raise it more and more and more and more and more and more benefit will show up for you. So it was just, I thought of the beautiful, how much someone can lose themselves by playing with their animal, even though they don't want to love themselves. They'll love that animal because it's unconditional love. Well, what you have that built you is also unconditional love.
Right.
Just recognize it. Okay, Lisa, what else? I know you have more.
You'd think I have more.
I do think you have a little bit more.
Okay, good. So, well, let's see. Again, the K2 is a wonderful, wonderful stone, again, to start helping yourself recognize and really bring it to your forward thinking that you have been on this path a while, you know about your path, and that you're going to accelerate it now. You're going to accelerate it. So, and you're going to be able to hold the gratitude for others, bless others for being in their the level of growth that they are in. And then you're going to be able to be more, have more affirmation about your level of growth. And again, not let others overwhelm you or take away from your growth path to meet their needs. So, and that's very important. You know, a lot of times we think loving is giving and giving and giving when it's not. We have to give to ourselves, just like you said earlier. We have to love ourselves enough to meet our needs so that we can put the love energy out. So,
remind me again what this blue is in this.
Azurite. That is
Azurite. What can you tell us about Azurite? And I just looking at what I'm wearing here, and it's like I'm wearing an avatar of what K2 is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Azurite, what do you know about
Azurite? Is a beautiful, beautiful stone in itself. It shows up blue. It's usually with modelly colors. And I can be Azurite as well, you know, because it comes, a lot of times you'll find it with chrysocolla, or you'll find it with some other minerals, because it's a copper-based stone. And again, it is for transformation. It is for spiritual growth. And it is for finding the courage to stay on your path. You see, in that Azurite, you know, and it's embedded in the granite. They were so surprised when they found it at the top of this mountain. This mountain is almost as tall as Mount Everest, and it's in the same range as Mount Everest. Okay.
Wow.
And here they found this Azurite in that granite-based stone, and they started bringing it down because it was such a unique find for such harsh conditions, you know, such the mountains, the snow, the what you have to do to get to the top of Mount Everest or get to the top of K2. You see that path. So it kind of helps you. That Azurite will help you reveal what you've already done, and then you can congratulate yourself and you can be proud because you've already done a lot on your ascension process. So
awesome. Yeah, because you ascended up the mountain to be part of it and to have it with you. Wow, I got chills over that. Wow.
Yes, and Azurite is a very calming stone. Again, so if you're too lit up and you're too, you know, on fire in your head or you're too confused, and that Azurite will just help calm you down and help you regain that perspective that you need. So it'll calm those fires down.
Wonderful,
Mhm.
wonderful.
Or the static.
Glad it stopped me when I walked past it on my shelf. Azurite said, "This don't stop me." Said, "No, you're going to pay attention to me on the call." I'm like, "We are."
Exactly.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So, and when you're working with Azurite, you're going to find your guardian angels are going to show up. Okay. And again, there's nothing more blessed than to go into a meditative state and ask your guardian angel to come and sit with you, and then let that inner child climb up into that guardian angel's lap and let them wrap their wings around you to offer you peace and calmness and a place to, again, witness what you have already created and understand that you already love yourself. You just need to give it back to yourself, create it, ignite it back in yourself. So, and be with that guardian angel. Let them help you rejuvenate and let them help you again experience that love that is all of us, that is all that there is, so that you can come out and begin again manifesting the love energy that you need to create your ascension path.
I love that. It's beautiful. I know a lot of us may not realize that we all have a guardian angel. We all have more than one, but we have one in particular that's been with us through all of our incarnations, all of our lifetime. That has made the agreement to always be there to love you and support you and knows you from your inception when you were the reflection of true divine love before you took on this particular human form to overcover that divine love or overshell it, skin it. How are you?
Physical form, yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. My head was like, nope, not going there, not going there.
Yeah.
But for those of you that don't know anything about angels and guardian angels, there's a lot out there on the internet you can look at and Google about.
I just have to share this.
Oh, well, look at that. It's 11 for you. Perfect.
Yeah, for me.
And I have 12 of 11. So pretty soon it's going to be 12, 12,
There you go.
on 12, 12, 12 for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, just know you're not alone. Know that you are a reflection of the divine love. Know that these eyes that you have are powerful. They are the windows to your soul. And what you're going to find in there is divine love. So that's why you look in the mirror and you let yourself love yourself. Find a way to do that. And then let it magnify out, intensify.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, Lisa, anything else?
No, I'm asking if there's anything else that wants to come through. And it seems like, we've covered what we're supposed to. And I'm so happy that we were able to get together and do this again, because a lot came through and we had no clue what we were doing.
And that's normal for us. It seems like we need to start doing this again a little more regularly. Maybe that's part of what we're going to be working toward soon. Maybe next week or in the next couple of weeks. We'll see, won't we?
Right, exactly. So Google K2 and Google the Azurite, okay, and find how that can work for you. Do you need a piece? Do you just need to, I always tell people, if you can't find a piece, just envision a piece. Go online and look at the beautiful pendants that people made or the rings. And again, just visualize that K2 and let it help you transcend, and again, start recognizing that you know who you are and you know where you're going and that you can love yourself right to there.
And that you're not afraid of changes.
That's right.
That you're so ready to be in full bliss and show up in full honor of what you've come here to do. And it's so amazing that you spoke about visualize it. It's again about your thoughts and your imaginations and you visualizing and holding that visual frequency for at least
68 seconds.
Keep going with it.
Mhm.
And you can do little mini visuals all throughout the day.
Mhm.
You know, write down what you feel like you want your ideal image to be like.
Mhm.
Write down what you want to manifest. Write down your goals.
Mhm.
Always write down your list for gratitude. You know,
Mhm.
I'm so thankful and grateful now that, and whatever that is going to be.
Yeah.
And then get into that space, get into that meditative space.
Mhm.
Let your azurite help you, or your visualization of your azurite, and
Mhm.
hold that image for 68 seconds. Goes so fast,
Yeah.
but that's all it takes for you to. You are living in a world now that you've created from the past, and others created for you, and you just occupied space.
Mhm.
Now, are you ready to create the space that you want to occupy, that you want to be part of, that you want to attach your energy to, and help everybody else be part of it too? The decision is yours.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you, Lisa, so much. I love you.
I love you too.
Love you. And we'll talk again soon. And
Okay.
thank you all for being with us. And be sure to just let us hear in the comments what you want us to talk about at some other time, what
Right.
you agree with, what you don't agree with. We're here to hold out our hand and see however it is that we can help you.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Love you.
everybody. Love you.
Bye for now.
Bye.